Okay, we're at the back of the house. Nice dark roof. We've got a camera pole looking at some of this. Found a stray shingle in the yard. I'm just kind of curious if it relates to this roof or not. This is all, the whole neighborhood's under construction. You notice how the shingles, they cascade over one another? That's by design. So the water cascades down off of the roof. It cascades down off of the roof, and then we have an overhang right here, and then it drops down into the rain gutter. Underneath we have an underlayment, and it too cascades down, and it terminates on top of the drip edge. Now in turn, the drip edge is supposed to terminate on top of the back of the rain gutter, and it doesn't do that. See if I can find a good example of why it shouldn't do that. But what happens is the water can migrate down between the drip edge and the back of the rain gutter, and it's left with no place to escape but from between the rain gutter and the fascia board. Now the problem with that is that it causes damage to the fascia board. I said, well, that's a concrete, that's a cement board, bud. That's, you know, it's a cement board. Well, you take a piece of this board, you put it in a bucket of water, and come back in 24 hours and see what it looks like. And tell me if it won't do any damage. Now we wouldn't be having this conversation about the drip edge, about the water behind the gutter, about the way it's doing, if we couldn't raise the shingles like this. And the reason why we can raise the shingles like this is a couple reasons. Is one, we don't have a starter course, and two, the first course is not sealed directly to the drip edge so that wind driven rain and no. So that the whole bottom edge is supposed to be sealed. I can't remember last time I saw a starter course. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Well, I know it's wrong.